All right, then, glad to have you join us again. It's now time for us to do some analysis of some of the top business stories we're filing for you at this time. Like I said earlier before the commercial break, I told you that I will be joined live virtually by business and public affairs analyst Nelson Ekuchimi. Good morning, sir. It's a pleasure having you join on the program.
Good morning and compliments of the season to you and listeners.
All right, then. Happy New Year and glad to have you join us first time in the year 2024. Let's get talking now. President Bola Tinubu has returned to the country after a 2-week stay, a 2-week private visit. That is what the presidency told us before he left the country for France, that the president will be going on a 2 weeks private visit to France. And now that the president is back to the country with all of the situation staring at him in the face, which do you think should play a priority to the president at this point in time?
Well, thank you. I think we must recognize that government is like an octopus. There is no area of governmental activities that should be, put behind for one to be in the forward position. And bearing that in mind, I'm sure that all the issues, even before Mr. President arrived, while on this private visit, the president would have been abreast of all that is happening at home because he has aides that give him daily briefing, if not a second briefing. So, from security, from the economic situation, there is no aspect of the Nigerian life that will not be mammoth in the mind of Mr. President. Don't forget that Mr. President came into office on the matter of economic liberalization, securing Nigeria, because that is the primary essence of government in any society. So these are many more things that Mr. President will, deal with even as he returned to the country yesterday. There is no area of governance that should be jettisoned for order. Everyone must go pari passu because they are all intertwined. The economy is as critical as the security of the nation because if you don't have economic prosperity, then the security implication is better than margin. So every aspect of our life continues to attract the attention of Mr. President, even whether it's at home or on foreign visit.
All right, now I'll take my next question based on what you said. You said the president, while campaigning to be, or better still, when he came into office, he assured us of a renewed hope agenda on how to get the economy back on its feet again and to ensure that the lives and property of the average Nigeria is being secured. It's just a few months to the president marking 1 year in office with all that it's playing out. High cost of living, rising inflation, volatility in the interest rate, and then again policy somersault. Even the reform of the president, some people are saying in some quarters that it's not adding any value to the life of the average man on the street. If you are to look at all of this put together, would you say that the president is actually living to his political mantra of restoring a renewed hope to Nigeria? Is this not a state of renewed helplessness? What's your thought?
Well, the thought of the matter is that if you have followed the trajectory of this administration since assuming office, the administration has made it very clear that she's taking some bold, and painful steps. And I could say now, look at that, no gain, no gain. What the administration is presently is facing out a lot of inconvenience.
If I bought in there, I beg your pardon, Mr. Nelson, if I'm to bought in there, you did make mention of the fact that there is no gain without pain, okay? But do we have to lose the life of all Nigerians due to kidnapping and insecurity before we can gain a lot before we can get a lot in the security architecture in the country? Or better still, do many Nigerians have to lose their life due to hunger before we can get it right in the country?
Well, the truth of the matter is that in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we operate a three-tier of government. It's such and traumatizing that every time when an issue occurs, we don't look at it dispassionately the way secure me in Nigeria. The one that will secure me in Ogbomosho. Meanwhile, in these places I've mentioned, they have a local government, they have a state government. So I want to ask, I want to go back. Is it that the responsibility of security is like I'm not feeling my kids. It's not the responsibility of the president. Why is not clear on the governors and the local government chairman is supposed to speak on the local government.
Mr. Nelson, please permit me to button. Excuse me, permit me to button a little. The network is not there. We'll have to just take a short break now and then come back and fine-tune the connection because the connection seems to be breaking and I couldn't hear you clearly. We'll take a short break and we'll return to fine-tune and then you continue with your thoughts. Please stay with us in Business Breakfast on iBrandTV. All right, thank you for joining us again on Business Breakfast. I'm still talking with business and public affairs analyst Nelson Ekujimi, who is giving us some insight, his own view though, about the state of the economy and how to navigate this path. Mr. Ekujimi, glad to have you join me again on the program. Please go ahead with your submission as we continue with the conversation.
Yes, my submission is that the security of life and property is not the responsibility of the federal government alone. The state government also have a responsibility to play. The local government also have a role to play. And most importantly, even the citizens themselves, they have a role to play because first and foremost, as a citizen, you need to secure your life. I can't say because security is the responsibility of the government. Then I visit a zoo and I go near the cage where you have lions and other dangerous animals and say, oh, since that is the responsibility of the government, then I should put my life at risk. So by and large, we must recognize that the securing Nigerians majorly lies in the hands of people. Must want to feel safe. They must live in an atmosphere of good brotherliness. They must live in an atmosphere where they want peace. It is not enough for communities to wage war against one another and expect that the society to be responsible for they not regulating their grievances via the right channel. And when they take the laws into their hands and there's repercussion, then we all start acting like the security agencies. But the important thing we must recognize that the security agencies are people that human beings. Human beings who are not God, who are not safe, who have to be informed, who have to be kept abreast for them to be able to do their job. They can't be everywhere. So we also as citizens, we have a critical role to play. That is why we say something. If our people take their security personally, it will go a long way in assisting the security agencies to do their job efficiently. I've listened to even security agencies operate to come up publicly to say when I did something we should do in any situation, it's going to allow the security agencies on time. But we have a situation at times where incidents or and rather than sending immediate message to the security agencies to them to respond. People know that when the situation gets out of hand, they start calling the security agencies, and when those ones respond, unfortunately they'll get there and maybe the perpetrators would have fled. But like I said earlier on, security is everybody's business.
Yeah, security is everybody's business. I quite understand that and I agree with you 100% on that. But then again, as it is right now, we are currently operating a federal policing system in the country. And with the way and manner insecurity situation is going now, there is this large call, or the call for state policing is gaining momentum, which what we are having right now. Would you subscribe to state policing at this point in time, so that every state government will have a strong hold over the security architecture, security system, security issues in a state, and then they will be held responsible if for any reason there is a breach in that agreement? What's your thoughts on this?
First and foremost, I don't know the basis with which you made your comparison to arrive at that conclusion that the security situation now is more dire than it was in the past. I don't know if this
the reports are there. The news are there.
Just a minute.
All right.
Just a minute.
All right.
We have had security situations in this country where terrorists were controlling local governments in Nigeria. 21 local governments. Are you telling me where we are today, or is worse than where we were yesterday? I'm talking metaphorically now. But be that as it may, I don't agree with that your submission of making a comparison of the security situation today, because for you to convene, actually, you have to provide the data, the statistics. Let us keep that by side. I've been an advocate all my life for security devolution, for devolving security architecture. Are it possible, if we have the resources, and we even want us to have free police, not even say police alone, when I hear people say, oh, expect police will be abused, I laugh. Federal policing or federal security architecture, is it not being abused? Can it not be abused? But when you put in place a structure, and you put in place a mechanism, so that whoever goes against the rules of engagement is punished. We see security operatives who have committed infraction. Some are dismissed, and even after they are dismissed from service, they are even made to take trial. It's under the federal agency. So long as human beings populate an environment, you cannot but have the good, the bad, and the ugly. But most importantly, as the serious people, you must put in place the necessary structure and mechanisms so that the rules of engagement are strictly adhered to. And whoever is found wanted to face the music, because definitely you have people that want to run according to their own rules rather than according to the rules of engagement. You can't take that away from human beings. It's natural. So for me, I'm an advocate for some state police. I'm an advocate of the local government police if possible. If we can sit down and look and, cross our teeth and not our eyes. I'm an advocate of even CDA police. I'm saying it emphatically.
All right, then. Let's just focus now to the next story we have here. Time will not permit us to stay on all of these issues, but then again, if we have some other time, we'll look at them in-depthly. Now, let's just focus now to this next story now. Standard Chartered Bank has come out to say that central banks across the country will have to adopt a more accommodative monetary policies in 2024 to address prevailing economic challenges. What's your reaction to this? And do you see, if we have to bring this home now to Nigeria now, do you see, or should we see a kind of increase in interest rate to be able to cushion macroeconomic fundamentals, especially inflation that is seeming to be a monster too hard to tame?
Well, the global report about central banks, putting in place measures that would ameliorate the human condition. That's the central banks are in charge of monetary policies.
Yes.
And don't forget that even some days ago, the CBN governor of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was on a show, and he made it known that they are doing everything to attract foreign direct investment. So, like we always say, the law is made for man and not man for the law. Any serious society, any serious institution must be amenable to socio-economic realities. You must take into cognizance the existing realities and fine-tune your laws to suit it, fine-tune your policies to make things better. Because the role of the state government said that in 2024 that the inflation rate would drop to about 21%. That tells you clearly that some of the measures that the federal government has already put in place, one, like the sales of food oil receipts, sales with the CBN, is also part of the accountability and transparency thing, so that when the NFTC sells the crude oil, the CBN gets the fund navigate the economic terrain in 2024. So I agree absolutely, and I'm very much optimistic that for us to get it right, we must not cast our policies in stone. Our policies should be amenable to socio-economic realities. When we know the government is even talking about how to attract people who have forex to bring their forex into the economy because of the forex liquidity crisis. So that is to tell you the people in charge of the central bank are not speaking. They know that to do their job efficiently, to deliver on their mandate, they must be amenable to socio-economic realities.
All right, then let's shift focus now to the next story because of time now. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, that's NNPCL, has come out to say that the long queues that has gradually been surfacing across some filling stations in Lagos is not due to lack of the product, but due to some distribution issues. You are also a car user, and also you have to get fuel. How do you react to this situation in place, and what should be the reaction or the swift reaction of the NNPCL in curtailing this before it gets out of hand?
Well, the NNPCL, is a petroleum body that is in charge of distribution of petroleum products. And if she says she's having distribution challenges, well, it is good that she has come out quickly to debunk the impression people had about what could be responsible for the queues of stations. But I can tell you for free, we don't have the data of the location of our petrol stations across the country. In Lagos, where I live, you will see some filling stations, you see a lot of people there, you get to some other filling stations, not even one people there at that filling station, you don't drag them. In fact, this attitude of queuing up at filling stations started right from the removal of fuel subsidy and the new policy regime by the petroleum industry. Where you have some petrol stations selling at about 599 or 600, 620, while some like the NNPC franchise stations are selling at about 570 naira. So you see a lot of people rushing to buy where it's cheaper. Then for some, it is not about the cost. It is about the true quantity that the fuel I'm buying at 570 or the fuel I'm buying at 600. Am I buying the fuel at the value? Is my 1 liter, am I being shortchanged or not? So people are getting for queuing up. But for some of us who are economic watchers, when we saw those queues, we knew they were artificial queues. And for those of the fact that some of the marketers are shy of, they are looking for means to create panic so that they can take advantage, which they always do. So it's good that the NPC has come out, and that has gone a long way to down the tension, because as at yesterday, filling stations where I saw queues, this morning when I woke up and I drove around, I saw that there were no more queues. So it's like the message starting people who instructed to panic buying, I've gone back home and said, look, there was no reason for me even rushing down there.
All right, then. Now let's quickly look at this next story now. The Bankers Directors Association of Nigeria has come out to say that they're in support of the directive of the Central Bank of Nigeria asking commercial banks to stop the holding of foreign currencies. Now, despite this move by the AFS Bank to bring some kind of stability in the foreign exchange market, we are still seeing the Naira declining at the foreign exchange market. How do you react to this? And what should be the other measures, in your opinion, that the CBN should be exploring to bring about some kind of healthy appreciation of our local currency?
Well, the decline of the value of the Naira vis-a-vis the dollar is a function of the forces of demand and supply. And to reverse the trend is not the responsibility of CBN alone. They alone cannot do it. They need the support, they need the collaboration, they need the intervention of other agencies of state, including the EFCC and the other security agencies. The holding of the dollar by the commercial banks. It has been with us for a long time. So the CBN has to up its game with regards to supervisory and monitoring responsibility of the bank. It's easier to say they are cooperating, but what are they really doing? Who is checking their books to ensure that they are keeping to their word? That is the responsibility of the central bank. The federal government, the Minister of Finance, and Minister of Budget, have to come up with ways to make business attractive. There are lots of Nigerians who are in business, who have things they can export. And when we export, the liquidity crisis will be pushing, because when we export, we'll get a lot of forex. A lot of businesses that are export prone have been limited by a lot of policies that need to be looked into. And these are so many other measures are what can galvanize the value of the naira vis-a-vis the dollar. So it's not it's not a role that we should abdicate for the central bank alone, because if it's the central bank alone, they alone cannot handle it. We need other stakeholders. Even the citizens themselves also we need to ensure that our state for foreign goods, we put it down. We put a national interest far above every other interest. Then the government has the responsibility of putting in place a lot of measures that will make citizens have confidence in the country and the system. A lot of Nigerians today, as we speak, are going abroad for further education, which was unlike what happened in the past. In the past, some years, just some 20 years ago, or even 15 years ago, you had people from other countries sojourning in Nigeria for higher education. But today, if you are sending your son or your daughter to school overseas, you have to source for forex to pay the school fee. So that is a drain on our forex reserve. So government has to look into those things. You talk about the health tourism is also a drain on our forex. So government is not that of reversing the downward slide of the naira. It's a collective responsibility of both the government and the citizens. We need to have a retreat. We need to have a change of attitudes with regards to things we do. Government needs to invest more, and when they invest more, put in place measures that will generate local production of goods and services that will compete. Government should give the industry the necessary support to enable them compete with international, goods, such that we'll be able to earn sizable number of forex. In that way, naira, you can be rest assured, will be competing favorably with the dollar.
All right, then I need to let you go, but finally, let's touch on this last story. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has classified more than 50% of certificates of pharmaceutical products imported into Nigeria as being fake. When I saw the story, the first thing that came to my mind is, how do we allow importation of pharmaceutical products into the country, of certification of such agency to be importing pharmaceutical products into the country without any form of check and balances? And what do you think the ripple effect of this will have on the healthcare sector?
The effect of importing fake and substandard products into a society is that you are putting the lives of your citizens at risk. You are damaging their health, and you know that we say that a healthy man is a wealthy man.
Yes.
Because if you are healthy, you can do and undo.
Yes.
You can work and make billions. But if you are unhealthy, you are a drain, not only physically in terms of cash, psychologically. You are a drain on the resources of the family as well as the state. So looking at this issue of importation of substandard, I think NAFDAC have their work cut out. They need to put in place measures, put in place collaborations with countries where Nigerians are importing this product, such that those countries will also have a stringent mechanism to debar people from importing such substandard product, because no matter what we do here, we can only be able to play our part. But if those who are are sabotaging the airport are coming from abroad. There's that likelihood that some of them might escape the darkness, and put those products in the market, and the consequences you and I know for free. But most importantly, if the Nigerian government must step into this, maybe through the ECOWAS, through AU, through UN, you have United Nations Agency on Drugs. You can, have, put in place policy statements for their support and collaboration. And the governments of these countries we also need their buy-in, because if the people are importing fake and substandard products from their country to our country, they should not forget that some of their citizens are also living here. So they will become victims. So it is in our collective effort to make the world a better place, because the world is a global village. You don't know where you find yourself. You don't know where the need to secure your life or to preserve your life will come from.
All right,
so
then.
it is in our efforts to see ourselves as one.
All right,
and
then.
prepare to make life better for one another.
All right, then. I'd like to say a big thank you to you, Nelson Ekujimi, business and public affairs analyst, for your time with us, and also for your in-depth analysis of some of these macroeconomic issues and giving us a direction of how we can go about bringing about the lasting solutions to some of these issues. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope when next we call again, you gladly indulge us with your time to be on the show again.
I promise I will. I promise I will.
Thank you. Have for yourself a wonderful day ahead.
And you too. Bye-bye. Yeah.
All right, then, still to come after this break. The Nigerian Exchange Limited on Tuesday continues its bearish sentiment as investors lose 849 billion naira worth of trading money at the exchange. We get talking after this time out. Please stay with us. It's Business Breakfast on iBrand Television.